In 3, 2, happy Thursday, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Born Again Bowhunting Podcast. This will be a little bit of a roundtable discussion podcast, kind of mixing it up a little bit from the buck battles that we have going on right now. So
definitely a well-needed break from the buck battles. I'm not gonna lie, that series, I hope you guys are enjoying it because it is extremely stressful on our end. Just like getting everybody scheduled. I mean, we're trying to schedule 4 to 6 dudes and to get down and the podcast in one night. That could be hectic.
It's a lot of schedules to line up for one evening of podcasting, and it's like, we want to find the right guests that have good topics or good points to make and stuff like that, and it's difficult, So definitely we need to take a break on that a little bit. And
well, basically our break is because we had a slight cancellation. Yeah. Which is nobody's fault. Things happen, and we understand
part of life.
So we decided that we were going to just have a roundtable discussion tonight, and we haven't had one of these in a while, and honestly, I've kind of missed it, just like us talking.
Yeah.
So this podcast, who knows what we're going to get into?
I have no idea.
But we're going to get into something. So, I mean, yeah. Kev, why don't you talk a little bit about your fishing trip?
Yeah, so a couple weekends ago by now, the video actually came out, so...
Tonight.
Will the second one be live by the time next week?
Yeah,
Monday?
Well, the second one will probably be up Monday.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, check out the YouTube. You can see the trip that I went on over in Pennsylvania. Me and a handful of buddies went down the Allegheny National River. I guess it's not a national river; it's in the national forest.
It's national to you.
So we had a really good time. We put in and we floated down a couple miles, set up camp, camped over on this island in the middle of the river, cooked some steaks on the fire that were amazing.
Who did the cooking, Kevin? You cook it?
So I did not do any of the cooking on this trip. So Corey did the steaks in the first night, and then Danny did lunch the next day.
Did he have that Mediterranean pork or whatever it's called?
So Dan. So we had a Dan and a Danny.
Oh,
so Danny did lunch the next day on day 2, which was burgers and hot dogs, and then Dan did his famous Trinidad pot. It's like pork pot stew thing.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good. So yeah,
so
he made that for night number 2.
When did Matt have it?
He cooked it for us for when we went to Kentucky.
So I had Dan come over and make it for me, and then we took it down to Kentucky, and I prepared it.
So Kev brought this pot of just rice and pork and
the marinade is amazing.
It's very Mediterranean,
it's like Caribbean.
Yeah. Spicy.
It's very good. So he made that, and I was excited for that. So before, I think he made it over or with mashed potatoes, and this time it was with rice again.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
I think he made it with rice for us.
Yeah, I brought rice down for us.
Yeah.
It was jasmine rice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But no, we had a lot of fun. We caught 23, 24 fish, somewhere in that ballpark. It's hard to keep track of.
You guys caught a lot
for
of
2
fish.
days. We did all smallmouth, a couple pike, and then 1 largemouth.
That's a good combo.
2 personal best smallies were caught on the trip. Not mine, but Corey and Dan both caught their PBs. So
that one that Corey caught was a
I think
for a river fish, that is insane.
He told me what the weight was. It was 3.9 something.
That's huge.
I mean, it was a big fish.
For a river, 4 pound smallie.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania, we're not in
down south or
down south where
that.
they have a larger growing period.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about cold winters.
The water temp when we were there was maybe 55 range, 55
so cold.
It was pretty cold.
Are they spawning? I don't know anything about small.
So I think we were
cold.
a little bit early for that.
Yeah.
I think.
So they were just hungry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, water's too cold.
So last year I did not go, and they went at June time, when the premier open house is.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't go last year. Plus I wanted to put in a food plot too. So that I had too much on my plate last year. But last year they caught the most fish that we've done it so far. So that this year was trip number 5 for us.
I definitely want to tag along next year. And I think we should do a born again trip. Not necessarily we don't have to go to PA.
Yeah.
But we could float something in Ohio.
Yeah, there's plenty of places in Ohio.
And I want this big old Sasquatch looking feller next to me to go.
Mm-hmm.
You got a kayak or are you going to take an inner tube?
I could borrow. My sister's got a yak.
Dude, you could borrow a yak.
I could borrow a yak.
Yeah.
I was going to say, even Shayna's got a yak you could borrow.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really is.
It is fun.
Fly fishing?
I could fly fish off a yak. It'd be hard, but I could do it.
Can you fly fish?
I only fly fish, yeah.
He only fly fishes.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's because it's all I have. Has nothing to do with I'm too good for a spinner. I would mess up a bait caster pretty quick, I think.
Bait casters are hard. I have like a cheaper model one, and it's
How many bird's nests did you do this weekend?
I didn't even take it. Yeah, because of that reason.
The problem...
I don't know like the right lure to throw on it and like how to tune it properly.
Yeah.
You can tune them?
Yeah.
Well, you have to adjust it like per weight. Per lure stuff. Yeah, it ain't like a little fly rod where you just whip it out there.
Yeah, I'm good at whipping it around.
See, I'm not a fisherman either by all means, but like I'm decent with a bait caster, but like I have a cheap one. Like I think it's actually like a Bass Pro model. Like it's not even anything.
Mine's like the Abu Garcia Silver Max or something like that. It's
Kevin's
$100 rod and reel combo. Or
Kevin's
something like
saying I think mine was like $50, Kev.
So from what I've heard though, for like a bait, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like a bait caster, the higher grade you go up, the more you spend, the better product is.
Mm-hmm. It's usually how it works, right?
And that's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
I don't want to spend $200-$300.
I don't either
on a combo.
But I think that if you fished a lot, I mean,
it'd be worth it.
Well, yeah, because you're either going to spend most of your time fixing a bird's nest or you're going to be fishing. Pick how much is your time worth,
It's just like our hunting stuff. Like,
yes.
we want to kind of purchase the best that we can afford and make possible for us to make it easier or more enjoyable. Or
usually
we
can't even afford it, but we still buy it.
And
Truth.
Yeah. So, that's kind of how that goes, I think.
Thank you, Visa and MasterCard.
I got to discover.
Yeah, sure.
So, why don't we plan a trip for maybe next year or something like that?
If you're going, Cromer, there's no ifs or buts about it.
See how my child's doing next spring. We'll see.
He'll be 6 months old by then.
Should I just take it with me?
Strap it to your back.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I'd like to get one of those carrier things and shoot my bow. And I don't think my wife would like that. But you know what? You got to toughen them up quick.
Yeah.
The world is a difficult place, so.
All right.
So I think next year we're thinking about maybe doing a West Virginia trip or a different section of the Allegheny. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Whitewater rafting.
A PA fishing license for 3 days is like $30-something bucks.
Yeah.
So it's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all.
And that's the amount of time we go for Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday, and then we head home like mid-afternoon or something.
Nice.
So it was fun.
Cromer, what you got going on? Anything fun?
Tournament archery. I actually created with a guy named Bill and a lady named Julie. We created. It's called the Midwest Safari Triple Crown, and Matt shot with me just last weekend, May 20th. And if you know anything about target archery, which might be the wrong audience, but you mix. It's like a mixture of field archery and trail shoots. So, but yeah, it was a really good tournament season's in full swing for me. A lot of people that shoot 3D archery, their season's like halfway through. For me, I didn't go to Reading or I don't do ASAs, so like my season's just getting started actually. So June's packed. May and June is packed for shoots.
Like every week.
Like every weekend. And I actually have to not go one weekend because my anniversary is that weekend to Bass and Bucks. So I have to stay home, which is totally fine.
Dude, listen to this, Kev. So this guy's staying home after they named a target after him.
Oh, is this the Zach Squatch place?
Yes.
Is this in Indiana?
Yeah.
Yes. How can you skip out on a place that literally named a target after you?
They're just going to pass the torch to the next hairiest guy there.
I don't know. I don't think it was even close, honestly.
No,
but,
nobody's close.
So yeah, last year I think I've mentioned on this podcast, but I am Zach Squatch in Indiana, and I love that shoot, and
it's one of the best.
If you guys hadn't moved to the 24th of June, I'd be there, but you scheduled over my anniversary, so take it back to June 6th. I'll be there next year. Thank you.
Do you have any more out of state trips this year?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm going to Michigan in July 1st.
What are you talking about?
That's it though. It's only Michigan's in July, and I wish I don't have the time to go travel the United States to shoot. which is so stupid because I'm a terrible indoor archer. That's the only time I go traveling for archery is for indoor archery.
Stuff.
Yeah,
well, not necessarily. There's only like 2 shoots.
Yeah, I did go to that like the first podcast, the second podcast we did. I went to Field Nationals in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I should have been the top shooter there, but I had a misfire. That seems to be consistent with me. Not anymore though. I have switched releases, so I shall hopefully not have any more misfires. I won't go down that trail. But yeah, that's just I got a lot of tournaments coming up. I'm excited, and I'm basically running everything. So like I'm on the board for Ohio Archers. I'm running this safari shoot. I help create it. So basically everything I'm going to, I get to help with registration. I'm not the guy that can just go to the shoot and just shoot it. I have to go and like set it up. This week, Matt and I have to go set the course up. I could bore you to death for forever, but yeah.
Saturday morning.
So it's actually pretty tough to run a shoot and shoot a shoot.
I believe it.
Because you're like, if you've ever done competition archery, you're so stressed out just trying to shoot well. Well, then add in like all of the difficulties of registration, setting up registration, people complaining.
I'm going to make sure I show up late then and cause a big hassle.
Yeah,
Sunday.
that would be
OAA
great.
won't be as bad.
No, I won't have as much pressure with OAA. There's a lot of people helping out.
Just the safari stuff.
Oh,
safari stuff.
Gotcha.
It's tough, but yeah, and then I'll skip my time. But I'm doing. I got like 3D printing's picking up a lot too. So
yeah, I was gonna say talk about that.
So my 3D printing is awesome right now.
Obviously, don't talk about the big one, but
no,
I mean,
I can't
talk about the product that really took off.
So I made a product for a Kifaru quiver, and what I'm finding out is tack. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the microphone. I'm sorry if you're on YouTube. I apologize. So Kifaru, if you are in the hunting industry, you know what. Mad about knocking
almost over. Arnie.
We almost had a party foul. The old Arnie almost fell over.
If you're in hunting or if like out west, Kifaru is a giant company.
Yes.
They have awesome
old Aaron Snyder.
Lots of Western stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. They are like they're at the top of the out west.
One of
for sure. Yeah, they're arguably the top. And so anyways, they long story short, they make a quiver, a field quiver,
a hip quiver.
A hip quiver. So when you're going to attack event, or if you shoot competitively like I do, the hip quiver is super important to hold your arrows, hold your release. I mean, how much gear do we shove in our quiver?
My quiver probably weighs 20 pounds. I'm not even exaggerating.
And so
I stuff I've got tools, I've got Allen wrenches, I've got extra this, extra that. I've
snacks.
I've got, scorecards, arrows, arrow puller, towel, rangefinder, everything.
Everything you need for the shoot, it's in there.
Plus some, in case something goes wrong. So anyways, this Kifaru, which makes the backpacks, they make this quiver, and I have never bought one before, okay? I've always kind of wanted one. I was like...
I was the first one, and then everybody followed.
Well, yes. Matt was one of the... Matt was one of the first ones. How long have you had that quiver, by the way?
Probably 2 years.
2 years?
I was the first one in our group to buy it, because everybody said they weren't going to buy it because of what you just made.
Yeah. So, it's, first off, Kifaru, made in the USA. Freaking awesome. Yeah. Everything is USA made. Aaron Snyder, I'm getting to know the company better. They are just like USA proud. Nothing is like dudes. Coming in from China. Yeah. These guys are keeping workers in the United States occupied and busy. And so anyways, I'm really starting to learn more about this company, which is awesome. Where am I going with this? Anyways, they make
the product that you made.
They make this field quiver. I'm sorry, I talk in circles. They make this field quiver, but I need to explain it because it's really important.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
They make this field quiver, and you can look it up. Maybe we can throw it in the YouTube if somebody even cares. But anyways, it's a really well designed. It's all that. I don't know what the material is. It's not cloth. What is it, Matt? What is that
almost
material?
Like a canvas.
Yeah, it's a canvas, and everything's hand sewn, and it's super light, and it's
super durable.
But durable, it's handmade, very well made, and so. It's super light, first of all, and then it has all these cool attachments. How backpacks have the really
It's got the MOLLE system.
Yeah, the MOLLE system.
So you can basically customize it however you want.
Yes. So it is top tier. It's light, and the nicest thing is how light it is.
Wait, how light is it, Kevin?
I don't know.
It's very light.
It's very light.
Have I said that 4 times? I probably said that 4 times.
You're good, buddy.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to pace myself here. So it's light. I don't know if I said that, but it's very light.
You've said it probably 10 times.
All right. I'll just keep going in circles. But anyways, that's why it's so good, because our quivers are like super heavy and like they're slapping against your leg and like
rigid and like.
And I actually had one just recently where like when I wear shorts when I shoot. I don't like pants. And so when I walked, the old quiver, it would like brush against my leg,
and it was irritating.
It was like cutting my leg when I walked. And so anyways, I'd never had a Kifaru, because this is the only downside to their quiver is they have a pouch. It's a pouch and it has two. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my hands. There's a pouch and it has two sewn in, like, what am I trying to say?
Eyelets
or something, loops. Two sewn in loops, and you're supposed to be able to put like a couple arrows in those loops, and they're like 8 inches apart. Okay. But the rest of the quiver is just an open pouch. So, like, if you're like a target shooter or somebody that goes attack and they have like
12
or 15 arrows, then all of your arrows just kind of jumbled together in the quiver. And so what I did is I developed an insert, and it's made out of a heat-resistant material. And the quiver insert just pops into those two sewn-in loops. And so now you have separation in the quiver, and you have like actually it adds some structure to the quiver as well, honestly.
Yeah.
And so your arrows can be separated into 3 different sections, and it seems kind of like, who cares? But like when you're doing, especially target archery, you have favorite arrows. Like
I would argue guys. I would even argue tack or hunting scenario.
Yeah, sure.
Like you're gonna have your kill arrow. Yeah. Everybody's got one.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, they just fly better just right out of the gate.
Like if you number them. Anyways. So when you're doing that, and then also when you're shooting like specific games like field, and you only shoot 4 arrows at a time, it's nice to have those 4 arrows in one group, and then when they're gone, you know that you're done. And as stupid as that sounds, when you're under so much pressure when you're shooting competitively,
sometimes you don't know how many arrows you've shot.
Yes, and one time I actually was shooting field, and I grabbed some arrows from the back because, long story short, you can break arrows at like 15 yards. So I was grabbing arrows from the back of my quiver, so they were like my bad arrows. I forgot to shoot my 4th arrow one time because I was not pulling from that one section that had just the 4 arrows.
You just have so much on your mind that you just overthink it, or you don't think period about what number you're on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So long story short, that's why I never got a Kifaru quiver, because of that. And I know there was a lot of people that also was the same way.
Yeah.
So I went to Indoor Nationals. I saw a guy. He took PVC pipes and he taped them together.
I've seen that.
And he shoved them in his quiver. And I was like, dude, I can do better than that. Like, we can figure something out. Yeah. So then I developed my Kifaru quiver insert. And
it is blown up.
It's blown up, which is awesome. I've got more ideas to do with this one. And I'm going back to why I mentioned tack. It is for the tack guys and the target archery guys. So it's for everybody that has that quiver. Basically, there's no reason why you shouldn't have that quiver. The quiver insert.
Yeah.
Because, like, why not? The only person that doesn't need my quiver insert is this lady named Paige Pearson. And if you shoot target archery, you know who she is. Because what she sent me a message, and she said that she sewed in her own like loops like into the quiver,
into the pouch itself.
She said that she took dog collars and then she like sewed dog collars like to separate her arrows for her. So like
that's like her divider in there. Yes. It's like a panel fence almost in there or something like that.
She did something like that. Yeah. And so so that was cool. So anyways, my 15-minute rant is that I made this quiver insert, and people love it. So
long story short, if you have that quiver,
yes,
look up Third Axis Designs and buy yourself an insert.
Thank you.
And that's also I do want to make it a very important point. The quiver is extremely light, so.
Now, how much weight does the insert add to the quiver?
I mean, it doesn't make it as light as it used to be, right?
Technically, no. Maybe an ounce. It's probably not even an ounce.
It's not even that. Like all joking aside,
it's like a quarter of an ounce.
You're talking like less than half a pound. Yeah. I mean, less than that.
Way less, yeah.
I mean, we're talking. I mean, it's just a plastic insert.
Yeah, it's just like a skeleton piece, like a frame. That's all.
Yes,
yeah,
it's just a frame. Yeah. It just slides in there, and it gives you a couple spots to put. You can group your arrows. So
some organization for you. That's a sweet setup.
And it's really I mean, there's with archery, it's the littlest things that make the biggest difference in archery, and that's for hunting. That's for it's like the most minor details will either give you success or failure.
Mm-hmm. So here, I kind of want to rewind a little bit on the Kifaru quiver.
Please.
Was that designed for guys to spot and stalk, or was that designed for target archers?
I think it's more for target stuff, honestly. But I think
it's designed for tack shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that quiver's been around longer than tack has.
Has it? I don't know. I don't know how long the quiver's been around.
5-6 years?
Probably.
How long's tack been around?
I mean, tack didn't get big till a couple years ago.
Like 3 years ago, really.
Yeah.
But
I think that quiver's been around longer than tack has.
It has.
And I think that they originally designed it for spot and stalk like antelope and mule deer hunts.
Sure.
I really do.
Because there is
because it's so light
and it has
that leg strap.
Yeah.
Because like it's like very form fitting to your leg.
That's true. Okay.
So like I think that they designed it for that.
And I actually talked to a guy on Archery Talk, and he hunts with that kind of quiver, and I think he's going to use it for that. That's
cool.
So,
well, boys, Arnie's all out.
Oh man, what podcast is
Wrap
over?
it up.
Yeah. How far are we in, Kevy?
20 minutes.
I've already finished a tall boy, son. Not doing good.
Yeah, so thank you for listening to me ramble. And the reason I said it was light 10 times is because it is light.
We're just giving you a hard time, buddy.
No, I know. But it's cool. And like I said, I've become to respect the company just because of their what they stand for.
Morals and
they stand for. Yeah. I'm impressed. And I know the people that use their equipment for out west are like they are like fanatics about it.
Oh yeah, they want the best of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you buy Kifaru, I mean, you're serious. You're not no weekend warrior, you know.
It's true. Yeah.
Like it's up there.
Well, you could be, but you're the best dressed one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out my company, Third Axis Designs, Instagram, Facebook. I got more stuff coming out, but yeah, it's fun. I mean, I never thought I would be here, to be honest with you, and where I'm going with this. I never imagined myself, but entrepreneurship has its ups and downs, but it's more ups than downs.
Very cool.
So,
yeah, I'm definitely proud of. We've got exciting news coming. We're just going to end it with that, but it's very exciting.
Good stuff coming. Yeah.
So,
all right, that's me. I'm wrapped up. Target archery and 3D printing.
What's up with old Maddie recently?
Yeah,
dude, I'm
taking service calls for work at 4 in the morning.
Dude, I don't have much.
All right, I want to talk about this. I talked for 10 minutes, but we have this fun thing going. And this is insider information with Bowhunting and Bowhunting. So almost every morning, Matt drives past Kevin's workplace.
Well, it's going to end here soon.
Oh no, why? Your job's almost done?
It's just because my job site's going to move.
I think that you should still make the route to go.
I'll go an extra 40 minutes out of my way.
I'd appreciate it. I know the guys at work will too.
So every morning, Matt drives past Kevin's workplace, and he puts it on Snapchat, and then Matt just blares on the horn from about 100 yards away till about 100 yards past.
People like the neighbors.
Oh, I bet they hate you.
Me.
There's this white van that just goes flying past here.
It's like anywhere from like 7 in the morning to about 9 in the morning, depending on what time I get up.
I wish everybody could experience it, getting to watch it. It's like a little series we have going on in the mornings.
I find it funny. Cromer, like, I don't know, a week ago, he's like, man, this is the best series I've subbed to in a long time or something like
incredible.
That.
Because now Matt is, he found one of Kevin's coworkers, and he started following him to work. And Josh, who will not listen to this,
he did give us a rating.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Was it low?
It's going to be after this one.
But anyways.
Maybe Josh does listen to this.
So, long story short, Matt drives past Kevin's and he harasses Kevin every morning. And so Matt, he just had a service call where he was. How late were you out till?
Dude, I was coming
4?
back. I was
4 in the morning.
So I was on the call from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was on the phone trying to get this farmer through this problem. I talked him through it. I told him I was going to bed, and I thought we were ending on good terms. At 11:30, they called me back and said they can't figure it out. I need to come out. So at 11:30, and I was just getting into bed, hadn't even closed my eyes.
Ring, ring.
Phone goes off, and I have to go out. And I was an hour and a half to hour 45 away from my house, and it was 4 a.m. So I had like basically a 2-hour drive home. And I I'll be honest, like I fell asleep behind the wheel and like went in the ditch for a second, and like luckily my guardian angel was like definitely looking out for me because it could have been a lot worse. But like I woke up and like I was in the ditch and kind of like pulled out real quick and didn't hurt anything, didn't hurt the van, didn't hurt nothing. And I just like had a heart to heart with myself, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pulling over.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So that's the first time I've ever like pulled over for a service call because I was just so exhausted. So I pulled over and slept in a used car parking lot. And this is where Cromer's going with this.
So Matt wakes up and he's like, it's like 8 a.m. and then he puts a Snapchat up and he's like,
and I look rough.
He looks terrible. And he's like,
I'm sleeping in a Dodge ProMaster.
Yeah, which the seats don't lean back, by the way.
No, it's the most uncomfortable sleep ever.
His posture was great all night long. Except for your neck when you were sleeping.
Dude, honestly, I had a kink in my neck for like a day.
This story doesn't have a funny ending. There's no punchline. But when Matt woke up, he's like, I'm sleeping in a parking lot. And I was like, please, Lord, please let that be Kevin's work parking lot that you slept in. And then Matt could be waiting in the parking lot for Kevin.
Old Josh.
Yeah, for Josh and Kevin. But he was somewhere closer to PA.
Yeah, I was closer to PA.
He says that if he was that close to your workplace, he would have went home and slept, but I don't think he should.
No,
he would have.
He would have been in the back parking lot.
I would have encouraged him. Yeah, no, he should have parked right in the middle of the parking lot.
I should have just parked like in that little alleyway that you guys drive
there.
Yeah, just waiting for him.
Josh shows up. Hey, Josh, go get the keys out of that ProMaster. Wake the guy up.
That's just funny. It's probably not funny to nobody else but us. But hey, this is a solo podcast, so I want to entertain myself.
Oh, no, we have a lot of fun together, and I'm glad that we're having this podcast because sometimes I feel like we...
a lot of pressure on ourselves.
We put way too much pressure on like just everything in general in life, and to be honest, I don't really have any updates in life. I don't have time to do much because, and we're all on the same page, but like, everybody has excuses, and I don't want to come up with any, but it's hard. Like it's really hard to... we've got the YouTube, we've got the podcast, trying to make, family work, trying to, have a social life outside of this. And
there's just a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. So updates for old Maddie. I'm going to start knocking on some doors here soon, getting some permission. I always like to do that about this time of year. After Memorial Day is basically like my kickoff because up until about Memorial Day, there's always like some break in weather, and you can always have like some cold snaps every once in a while. So like I always try to wait till it's a guaranteed like above 60 kind of thing. But basically any free weekend that I have now, I'm either going to be scouting in Indiana, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Ohio, or I'm going to be knocking on doors. So my whitetail season is going to be pretty hectic this year, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Did you look and see when you had to put in for Kansas?
I already did.
You did
both
that?
of them.
Okay.
So I bought a preference point in Kansas and Iowa this year. So, and Iowa I still think is good until the end of the month. So if anybody wants to put on a preference point, Iowa's expensive. It was like $60 for a preference point.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little bit crazy because Kansas was only like 25.
I was going to say most places are like, 15 to 25 range or so.
Yeah, Iowa got me good.
The old Mecca.
But, I'm not getting any younger, and like I do want to just say that I've hunted Iowa, It's everybody's dream to hunt. Whether I kill anything or not, like I'm still going to take a week or two off of work and go out there, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, but that's my life, Wife and I went kayaking the other day, and she skunked me. I'm not a big fisherman like we say, but I go with the wife because she really enjoys it. But if you looked at my tackle box, you would think otherwise because I have probably about, I'm not exaggerating, I probably have $500 to $600 worth of tackle because there was a point in my life where I really wanted to get involved with fishing to try to have more fun with my wife so we could have something to do together that was really like, our thing. But I'm not a fisherman. Like, I know the theories and, like, I understand how to fish.
Yeah.
It's the patience for me. Like, I'll tell her, like, hey, fish this way, like, throw this rig, like, go fish that log and fish it this way, like, and she'll catch fish. Mm-hmm. But, like, for me to do it, I'll go over there, cast a couple times. If I don't hit something, it's like,
Moving on to the next one.
moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had fun. She caught 3 fish. We went to a public lake that's nearby. She actually caught like a close to a pound and a half, 2-pounder maybe. Mm-hmm. And for where we were at,
yeah, there's not a lot of big fish there that get caught.
That was a good fish because that lake gets pounded.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised she caught something that big. Normally it's just a bunch of dinks. Speaking of dinks, Kevin came up with an idea that I absolutely love.
I think it'll be fun.
The Dink Master Classic.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be cool to like, start off in the morning and like start like, I don't know how the video will go, but I want it to be like everybody starts at the same playing field. You get like $50 or something and you got to go catch, fish. Yeah. And like, that would be fun.
I was thinking kind of the same thing. Or like, you have like 3 lure options or 3 bait options, and like that's what you have to go catch fish on, or
the whole day.
Like yeah, all day.
Yeah,
and like teams of 2 or something like that. Just I
think it'd be a blast.
I think it'd be cool.
I personally think that like maybe like $50 per team, and like you got to buy your rod and reel and your lures.
That'd be tough.
I'd go straight to the Barbie pole, man. The push button Barbie. I think that'd be a blast.
It'll be fun.
That would be cool. Fun. It would be a good video just to like go and just have fun. Enough like I said, it's been pretty stressful around here for us, and I'm really glad that we're just having this podcast to BS. So if anybody's listening to this and you're also like, man, my life is just so hectic, you're not alone. You're not alone. We're all there, and just keep fighting, keep pushing every day, and eventually it'll get better.
Yeah,
it'll get better.
If you're watching this and you're noticing you're missing the good-looking gentleman here out of the group, Jaret and Hannah had a baby. So
probably because he's so good looking.
Yeah. So
couldn't keep her off of him.
That's why he's not here.
Yeah.
He's out there making kids.
They're busy with that. So
does that mean I'm second best looking?
I would say so.
Because I got one in the ovens.
Yeah, I'd say.
The maths. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to, we just want to congratulate them. We already kind of said something on the story, but yeah, that's why Jaret's not here.
Yes.
And it's a new chapter in their life, and we're excited to see that.
Yeah, so old Jerry won't be around for, he said a couple weeks, but I know better. He's going to be gone for at least a couple months, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I just think that, he needs to spend time with, especially since it's their first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously we understand,
Yeah, we're happy for him. We're excited.
And pretty soon, Cromer will be popping one out, and
I'll be assisting. I'll catch it.
You'll be holding the hand.
Yeah.
While she's screaming and telling you how much she
hates me,
hates you, and that you did this to her, and all this.
Yeah. Here soon.
How long are we into this, old Kevy?
32 minutes.
32 minutes. Anything else?
I got one more thing. So my buddy from Montana the other day texted me and said, "Hey, would you be interested in coming out for a sheep hunt?" And I said,
"What?"
Yeah. So I said, "Definitely not this year." And I don't think.
I thought you couldn't even draw.
I don't know how it works. So I would not be hunting. I would just be going out with him.
Oh, filming.
So
or something.
I don't know if he is putting in points or if he has. I don't know how.
How do you know this buddy from Montana?
He lived here and moved out there.
Oh, gotcha.
So, like I said, he texted me and he's like, "Hey, would you be willing to come out here?" And I said, "Yeah, but not this year because I'm going to Colorado, Indiana, possibly Kentucky. I don't know yet, then Ohio stuff." So he's like, "Well, if you would next year for sure, if he gets drawn or whatever the process is, he's like, you're more than welcome to come out. We'll be going like 10 miles in on horses.
Nice.
Setting up like a big base camp. And I don't know. He's like, you can use any kind of footage you want for the video, for podcasts. He's like, I'm all for it. I just want somebody out there with me. So that's a possible.
Wow.
Hey, have fun, Kevy.
Yeah, that'd be like a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know like if it's a draw thing or I've never looked into sheep hunting because
we're poor.
And it just doesn't really pique my interest for me to go do it, So
yeah, it just costs like a couple salaries to go sheep hunting.
Let me start another job.
Yeah, it's expensive. Sheep hunting is that's the most expensive type of hunting.
It's one of them.
Yeah, depending on where you go.
But I think a lot of the money goes back into like the sheep foundation and stuff like that. I don't know how they work all that stuff, but yeah, it's big money, from my understanding. So I thought that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. No, that'd be a blast. That'd be a blast. All right. Well, I really don't have anything unless you guys do.
No.
I think that's pretty much it. Stress and fishing is what we've been focusing on here. And
Cromer's shooting his bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, target archery.
Yeah, sorry, this is just a short one, guys, but we had a last minute reschedule, and we figured that we were here and we might as well make the best of it.
Yep, absolutely. So next week, hopefully, we get back to the buck battles. We already got one scheduled out with 2 guys that are good to go.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit before we wrap up. So we've got 2 more scheduled buck battles, and then after that, I think we're probably going to wrap it up. Just because it's a lot of work to get, like I said earlier in the podcast,
yeah, 6 people together.
It's a lot of work to get, to get everybody lined up and their schedules to work. But after that, we have some other series. I don't really want to dive too deep into it because we haven't finalized all of them. We've got some cool series coming up, and then of course, like early summer, midsummer, we'll definitely get back into the whitetail game and really hit the whitetail stuff hard. So
not that we're taking a break from the whitetail stuff, but a lot of guys just don't think whitetail hunting
year round.
In July or earlier. So but after, like you said, like August area, probably.
I'd say even a little bit before that, because we're gonna have a trail camera series, and we'll find it. We'll see what happens.
But we'll get back into it, so it'll be good.
Yep. Thank you guys. As always, we appreciate you guys, and if you guys could leave us a review, whether it's on YouTube, obviously be a subscribe and like the video. If you're listening to any kind of podcast streaming service, please give us a 5 stars review. It helps out so much, and it'll help us gain more listeners and viewers. So we appreciate you guys, and as always, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We're good?
Thanks.
Wrap us up, Kevin.
Yeah. Okay. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past. You can always be born again, and born again is out.
Peace. Good?
Yep.
All right. So real quick, we forgot to mention one important thing. We are going to have a new YouTube platform only for the podcast. We felt like the podcast videos were kind of starting to flood our main channel. Not that it was a bad thing, but I noticed that, like, even for myself, it was kind of hard to determine like what was an actual video versus what a podcast. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a Born Again Bowhunting podcast channel on YouTube. So if anybody that normally listens to that podcast via YouTube, be on the look for a new channel, and that should be coming. I'll probably get that done this weekend. So within less than a week, we'll have, and we will not be posting anything to the channel until that is up. So I'd say less than a week, we'll have that figured out. Hopefully, I don't know if YouTube's going to make us. I can't remember what hoops we had to jump through.
Do they give you like a probation period or something, like X amount of videos or anything?
See, I created the main channel, so I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember what's involved with it. So That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if there's like a validation period where you have to, I don't know. I can't remember. So, but we'll have that new channel up, and please go over there, like and subscribe, and show us some love over there because we'd appreciate it. Thank you.